Hey, you guys, and we are live and in action on your girl Gigi's channel. Okay, now look, I apologize. I was gonna go live a little bit earlier, but I had some um microphone issues as well as just getting late and everything going on, y'all. But there's so much stuff that I still want to talk about. There's so much stuff that happened this week. I ended up saving a couple of topics that I wanted to get into.
Just give me 4 minutes, and I swear all them pretty little girls are going to be straightened when I'm done with your reply. Why are you texting my girl? Reply. Why are you responding when you know I wasn't talking?
Sorry, y'all. Hold on just a second. Pause.
Responding when you know I wasn't. Just give me 4 minutes.
All right, you guys, I apologize. So yeah, like I said, we are going to get into a couple of topics. I was looking at a few things that I definitely wanted to discuss, get into. We are just having so much conversation here lately when it comes to just, LGBT, the community. First of all, those who came in here, let me know that you can hear me. I changed my mic settings, so just let me know if you can hear me or not. I just want to make sure you can. But there's just been so many conversations, that are just causing a lot of, let's just say, riffraff in between a bunch of the different communities. So oh my gosh, I can't with the comments. I ended up commenting on one of these videos that y'all know Pearl that be doing the white girl Pearl that be almost like the fresh and fit red pill type. She posted a video and I literally all I commented was "Girls, shut up." And the people, it's just the people, they just be want to comment back. What does that got to do with anything? I swear some people just be stupid. So you guys, I'm not gonna waste no time. Let's go ahead and get into a couple of topics that I saved. So let me go ahead and get into them. Let's see. I put down on there that I definitely want to get into Cam Newton. Definitely Cam Newton, I swear to goodness, he is something else. He is deciding that maybe it's on, let me see if it's on Neighborhood Talk. Let's go to the Shade Room. Let's see what's on the Shade Room if they posted it on the Shade Room, you guys. Let's see. Shade Room. Cam Newton. Let's see. Do they have Cam Newton on here? They actually don't. Prayers up, everybody, for LeBron James' son. Y'all know that he ended up going into cardiac arrest, I guess, at one of the USC basketball practices that they had. I couldn't imagine. Your health is super important, you guys. Make sure y'all staying on top of y'all's health. But the fact that he's so young and already went into cardiac arrest, that's super scary. I'm sure for the family, it was a scary thing to have to deal with. Nobody imagines like getting a call that your son is literally having a heart attack or stroke, on the basketball court. But they say that he's just been discharged from the hospitals and is at home resting. So that's really good. I hope that he doesn't try to rush and go back into playing the sport, just like that football player that was on the field and ended up going into like a heart attack on the football field. Definitely, when you have some situations like that, you got to make sure you are stable and well rested, because when your body is exhausted and like, you got to listen to your body, because your body's going to let you know when it is ready to tap out. Okay. But yeah, you guys, prayers up for LeBron James and his son. So I can't find Cam Newton on the Shade Room, but I can find Miss Tina Knowles, which is what we're gonna talk about, y'all. So let's go ahead and talk about Miss Tina Lawson, Tina Knowles Lawson, because she filed for divorce from actor Richard Lawson. So y'all know Tina Knowles is, obviously Beyonce, the Beyonce Knowles mother. And so let's see, Tina Knowles Lawson has filed for divorce from her husband of 8 years, actor Richard Lawson. The divorce filing lists the reasons as irreconcilable differences. She wants the court to terminate both of their abilities to seek spousal support. Now, that doesn't even surprise me because at the end of the day, a lot of men want to talk about women when they divorce their husbands, they take half. But it's really like ironic how y'all are noticing that how when a lot of these men are leaving women, they're taking money with them too. Wendy Williams, Mary J. Blige, Kelly Clarkson, to name a few. And so now Miss Tina Knowles, she's basically saying, we need to make sure that neither one of us are trying to file for spousal support, which that sounds like okay to me. Like, you leave with what you came with, I'll leave with what I came with. And it was good. It was good to know you. As they say, some people in your life for a season or a reason or a season. And that's just what it is. We all know that when they were on Black Love, the show on OWN, now being coined the Oppressed Women's Network, when she was on Black Love, y'all, that series is a mess. First of all, Black Love in general, when they start talking about their history, I remember when one girl was like, yeah, I found him, with the girl in our house, and she was like, he ended up getting robbed with the girl in the house or something like that. And it was like, yo, and she still took him back after that. And it's like, and we're sitting here talking about, this love story. It's too much of the struggle love story. We're seeing too much of the typical struggle love Black story. Like, that is not what we're supposed to do, not for the glory of the kingdom. And then when Miss Knowles was on there, she basically was like, I just started realizing, starting to step into my power and realizing, like, I'm a bad bitch. Like, I've done some things and I've accomplished a lot of things. And when you start to stand in your power, you start understanding the type of man that you deserve to have. And she was like, I ran across him and he's not perfect. And he's like, I'm not. She was like, obviously, no. Like, she was like, he's not perfect, but I pretty much got everything I could, wish for in a man. And his face was just kind of like stank, like how dare she? Like, how dare she try to like describe me as such? And it's just kind of like, well, I mean, you're not perfect. Like, did you want her to say that? Like, Missy Elliott said it best. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. But you're perfect for me. Hey, Missy Elliott, banger. Missy Elliott, Nobody's Perfect with J. Cole, perfection. But yeah, like Missy Elliott said, nobody's perfect, but you perfect for me. Homie, you wasn't perfect, but at the time, you was perfect for Miss Tina Knowles. Like, I can only imagine possibly what's going on in their life at this time. Obviously, being Beyonce's like the Queen Bee's, mother. You are already dealing with struggling letting people into your life, not knowing if they're wanting to take advantage of you. You don't know if they're only here for the perks of being in the Knowles circle, because they keep it tight, y'all. They keep it tight over there in Beyonce and Jay-Z's corner. So, him being around, first of all, we know the NDA is about to be serious, okay? She's about to have him sign an ironclad NDA like nobody's business. Because what you not finna do is come over here and slander this household over here. But I'm not mad at her file or like requesting that neither of them get spousal support. I'm not mad at that at all. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like, it's a crazy idea for her to try to, put out there for her lawyer to say that neither of them get spousal support? Because, I mean, what you think you can ready to walk away with is the question. What does he think he can ready to walk away with? Like, I feel like a lot of the times, especially when we know that the woman has more money than the man. I mean, I know he's an actor. I know we've seen him in a couple of things. I'm not sure like the type of money he has now because I don't see him in anything anymore. But I mean, obviously, he's got some type of financial, stability being as she decided to get in a relationship with him. Now we do know the discussion of dating the bus driver and having a man, that makes less than you. 9 times out of 10, Miss Knowles makes more money than him. Let's just be real. And so is he gonna try to walk away with something, or is he gonna walk away with nothing? Nathaniel, zip. That's the question. That's what we're gonna want to. That's what I want to see. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. Like, would it be like a spousal support situation that he's gonna fight for, or just she might just cut him off a little one-time settlement payment? Here's your little, 500,000, whatever, take this and run type situation. Like, I wonder if it's going to be like that, or will he walk away, with no problem fighting against anything or trying to get spousal from her? That'd be interesting to see, you guys. But what do you guys think? Drop down. Do you guys feel like, they'll settle with a one-time settlement payment, or do you guys think that he might actually fight for spousal support with Miss Knowles? But it'd be interesting to see how this turns out, you guys. So let's go ahead and move on. Y'all, real quick, I gotta talk about this really fast because Mitch McConnell, old turtle dusty neck looking at. Y'all, we are literally watching this man freeze up on the podium with his old unmelanated ass. He literally is talking, in the middle of talking, freezes, and is just kind of like waving back and forth a little bit. And people were waiting for him to say nothing, but he was like, y'all, he was stuck like gorilla glue. Like, it don't move stuck. Nothing. My hair, it don't move. He was gorilla glue stuck. And the people had to come and like get him, like, yo, like, okay, hey, they kind of like shuffled him off to the side. And it's like, see, this is why we need limit terms. There's no reason why there's a man old as him on the judicial stand. Like, come on now. Mitch McConnell is literally old as dirt. And a lot of people's like, half the people is like hip hip hooray, because he out here voting on stuff and not really caring how it's affecting, other people's lives. But of course, there's other people like, oh my God, it's such a shame. It's tacky to wish death on somebody. I would never do that. Now, look, I'm not one of these people. I'm not just wishing death on anybody. No, but you're not going to get me to care about somebody's life who clearly doesn't give a damn about mine. Mitch McConnell has literally voted for people not having Medicaid and, people not having health care. Like, that's millions of people that's lives are at risk because he's one of the people on the stand who voted against, universal health care, universal Medicaid, and things like that. Like, so no, like, you don't give a damn about my life, so why am I gonna care about yours? Like, the irony of that. Like, I will not. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm a person that's empathetic. I would never, just outwardly just be like, oh, wish death on somebody. But I mean, I'm not batting an eyelid at Mitch McConnell having a stroke on the stand. Like, I'm not, like, at all. Because there's millions of people's lives who literally, people died because they didn't have health care, because they didn't have Medicaid, because they didn't have coverage. More people died versus this one, as I say, the greater good. If this is, a loss for the greater good, then so be it. Is really the point that we're at. Because having all of these old white men on the stand constantly voting and turning down things that we need to make this country better, there's nothing else literally left that can be done other than these men unfortunately dying off. Like, until they die, like, they're in a non-limit term, which means they're literally there until they die. So the seats got to start opening up one way or another, y'all. Like, come on now. So Mitch McConnell, y'all, He might be out here sometime soon, is all I'm saying. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Okay, so this is the shade room. Let's see. I am looking for, let's see. Okay, not on the shade room. So let's go ahead and go to let's try neighborhood talk. Let's see if it's on the neighborhood talk. Let's see. I'm looking for Mr. Newton, but I don't think I see it. I don't think I see it. I should have saved it. I swear every time I be like, oh, keeping something. And then I do save it, but then it's almost like it disappears. Like it doesn't show up in like my saved album or catalog. I don't see it. Well, since we talk about babies, y'all, Sanya Richards Ross, y'all, she officially announces that she's expecting baby number 2. Sonya having baby number 2. I ain't gonna lie, Sonya, these pictures are cute or whatever, and you gonna always have a fine husband, but you sure this is the best for you, Mamacita? Having baby number 2 when you literally constantly talked about not having help, when you literally constantly talked about feeling like left and abandoned when you were pregnant, did have the baby, he was gone, not there for you, like, and then you have baby number 2. I think you're so focused on like securing another season of Real Housewives of Atlanta that you're not necessarily thinking about the long-term effects of having a baby with a man who isn't there to help you, because you literally, your husband wants his house back. He told you he want his house back. He want the people gone. Your mama gonna be gone. Your sister, she definitely need to be gone so she can figure out her life with her non-working ass husband. He still need to figure out what he's doing. Like, a part of me also feels like too, Sonya is having this baby out of comfort in knowing that she can depend on her sister to help her. She's so used to her sister being there, and she's kind of taking it for granted. And her sister checked her about it on the show, where it's like, you just want me to jump up. You don't tell me nothing until the last minute. There's no consideration for me, and understanding that I have a family for myself as well. Our sister has 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken? 2 kids, and she's taking care of your kid. So if all of that's being done by your sister, I really feel like Sonya got pregnant and taking comfort that, like, well, if Ross ain't here, like, I'll always have my sister. And that'll also be an excuse because she does want to keep her sister in the house to help her. It almost is like an excuse, like, to basically have her staying in the home because Ross wants to out there. He said out, all right? And basically he's staying in Austin because he don't want to come home literally to another nigga laid up on his couch that should be working. Now, Ross, the sister's husband, is your best friend, wasn't it? So it sounds like to me, you need to be having a little best friend powwow with your boy. That's what it sounds like to me. And if you working in Austin and you trying to build this, why is Sonya the one giving him jobs as the assistant? Why is he not working in connection with you? Why are you not helping him set up something as like the man, like to help your bro out? Like, it's not making any sense. But Sonya, if baby number 2 is what you want, girl, I pray for the best for you. These pictures is cute though. These pictures is cute though. I guess I'll say that much. I guess. Well, speaking of Sonya, you know, since we're on Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all, they dropped the seating chart for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it looks like we have Andy, we have Drew and Sheree, on either Drew on, one side, Sheree on the inside, on the other side. Then we have Kenya, Marlo, and then Candy, and then Sonya. And that makes sense because we do need to get into Sheba. She don't got it. We got to get into Drew and obviously her major divorce. Marlo, she fought all the time with damn Kenya. I wouldn't be vexed, honestly, if Kenya and Candy switch places, honestly, when I'm looking at this chart, because Candy is the one who got into it with Marlo more often. But from what I see the seating chart, I agree with how the seating chart is. Sanya definitely needs to be at the end because ain't shit happened with her this season. So I'm definitely not I'm definitely not messed up about that. Yeah, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, I guess they just filmed, they literally just filmed. So this will be interesting, what comes of this, because Real Housewives of Atlanta, people definitely looking at it like you hoes might be next with the scrapping of everybody, because Real Housewives of New York, but they scrapped everybody. And I mean, hey, Polo, talking to the people, bro. Thank you. So yeah, we know that Real Housewives of New York, they did a whole scrap. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it might be time for that with Atlanta. It really might be time. There's nothing left of Candy to give. There's nothing left of Kenya to give. There's literally nothing left. Sanya, we know she gonna be back on the basis of the baby, but like, do we really care? I'm more interested in Sanya sister situation. Like, if they reveal more about what's truly going on in their household, then I'd be more inclined to bring Sanya back. But Sanya ain't bringing nothing necessarily just spectacular that we got to see. Like, yeah, you're going to have this baby, but like, what are we going to see with that? Like, you and your sister basically dealing with the kids. That's what it sounds like to me. But speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, y'all know Nene. She went on Carlos King's. Nene went on Carlos King's. I guess channel, and basically talked about Real Housewives of Atlanta, her son, Cynthia, the show, everything like that. Nene. Nene, I get it. I think you put your foot in your mouth, and I think you might have effed up. Okay, not might have, you did. You done put your foot in your mouth plenty of times, and you done called Andy a coke whore, in a better sense of the word. Boo, you can like clean up coke whore. What is that off of? White Chicks, and she was like, cleaning up coke whore, and she was like, look at her, like, girl, you doing the powder, all right? And so that's what she said about Andy. Y'all, she said Andy was on that stuff. And then Bravo was a racist network. Like, you have said all of these negative things about the show, and then you want to go to them and be like, with your hand out, like, no, that's not gonna happen. So everybody who's like, oh, the show needs Nene, the show needs Nene, the door is closed, y'all. The door is closed, shut, vaulted, cemented, nailed down. It's not happening. I repeat, it's not happening. So she went on Carlos. She talked about everything from, the legacy of the show, who she was to the show. Like, yes, I do not like Nene. I don't like the new Nene. But that still doesn't keep me from recognizing the impact that she really had on reality TV, the impact that she had on Real Housewives of Atlanta, just the impact she had in general of the culture of reality TV. Like, Nene at that time was that chick. But the problem is when you start to realize that, okay, to other people, you may be that chick, you start walking like it, you start talking like it, and then your attitude starts to become something else. And then people can't work with you. And that's kind of what happened with you, Nene, girl. You don't want to admit that your attitude, you started becoming hard to work with, ma'am. And not only that, you weren't putting into Real Housewives of Atlanta, any true, real effort. The last 2 seasons that Nene was on was trash, like, of her. She didn't really give much. She felt like she could show up late, leave early. Girl, you fought the producers when they tried to go in your closet. You ripped one of them shirts and then broke like something of one of them. It's like, it was a lot, Nene. And I think she went on Carlos and just kept putting the blame on everybody else into why she is where she's at, why she's not, basically kind of almost giving off the fact that she's not, back on the reality TV and back on the show because of other people. She said Cynthia, she found out that Cynthia was like blocking things for her in Real Housewives of Atlanta, try to get her kicked off the show. Cynthia, actually responded on, I think, Two T's in a Pod, that podcast with Tamara and somebody else. But yeah, like, Cynthia addressed the fact that, Nene, was Real Housewives of Atlanta, point blank, period. Like, obviously, the ghetto, the white refrigerator, the bling bling, bitches is mad. Like, we all know Nene is the ad-lib one-liner queen. That's what brought people to not only Real Housewives of Atlanta, but the Real Housewives franchise in general. But she started to, oh my God, as we always heard growing up, as the old folks say, starting to smell your stuff a little bit. Nene, and then you started acting a little wild, and you thought that you weren't gonna get fired because you were Nene Leakes. But girl, you can't act like that, child. You cannot. You have to be humble beyond anything. And she, of course, is using Carlos, and Carlos is using her, on doing this interview. Carlos, so bad. You need to stop talking about Real Housewives. Like, I think he wants to go back to producing on Real Housewives, and he's waiting for that call. But I don't think it's gonna happen, Carlos King. First of all, you need to worry about what's happening over there on OWN, for real. Because Love and Marriage DC, they having a problem with their footage not being up. They're having a problem with the footages not being posted, and the new season not starting. We have Love and Marriage Detroit. I mean, it's giving, but not giving. Like, it's just so toxic with the men that it's like almost too exhausting to watch. Like, we already have it with Love and Marriage Huntsville, but these Love and Marriage DC niggas, like, they offer something different too. But Carlos, you and Nene are gonna have to let it go. Let it ride, let it go, float it off into the sunset. You're not getting on Bravo. You're not getting back on Bravo. Point blank, period. But Nene, in general, you guys, what did you think of the interview with Carlos? I felt like it was a little bit more revealing. I'm glad that she actually talked about Bryson and didn't try to hide it, because a lot of times Nene always was trying to hide what was going on in her life and acting like, oh, it's so perfect, But girl, you got a lot going on with your son. Girl, he was on that fentanyl. That's that stuff, all right? That fentanyl, all right? Got people walking around here like zombies under the bridge. I don't know if it was fentanyl because it was in some of the drugs that he got, or if he was just taking straight up fentanyl. Like, I don't know what it was. But, the baby mama came out as well, talking about Nene, she trash, she can't be trusted. Bryson talked about how, Real Housewives of Atlanta changed his mom, money changed his mom, all of those things, which it doesn't surprise me. Like, at the end of the day, Nene was starting to act a little different. She was starting to act a little different, y'all. And it's just kind of like, what did you expect was going to happen, Nene? I think she just really thought, obviously because other people said that she was that chick, that she started acting a little too big for her britches. And it's like, just like Bravo give it, Bravo can also take it. Okay? Take it. Snatch that shit up. And that's what they did. They snatched that hoe all the way back. Okay? And Nene, girl, boo-boo. You just got to find, like, how have you not found another show? If you're so great, you're all of these things. How have you not found another show? And I also think another reason why Nene hasn't been on the show is because she feels like she should be getting the same paper that she was getting on Bravo. Everybody knows the first season of a show, you're never going to really get paid that much. But I think she wants to use her Real Housewives as a leverage for another show, possibly, but you're not getting on Real Housewives. Like, you're not. Um, but nonetheless, it's just kind of like Nene, become a better person. That's the only thing. Hey, I appreciate you for tuning in, B Stokes. We talk about Nene really fast. What do you guys think about Nene's interview with Carlos? I feel like that ultimately, I think there's gonna be there's a part two, I think. But ultimately, Nene, you're the reason that you're in this place. Honestly, like you really, really are. And Claudia, she obviously has something to say, basically talking about how Nene, she's a narcissist and be thinking that everybody else is the problem. Um, Everybody else is the problem for why you are the way you where you are. And it's like, girl, you're where you're at because of you, Nene. And she does have a problem owning up the fact that you are responsible for a lot of the stuff that you're dealing with right now, point blank period. And I absolutely agree with this. Is it BKZ Express? Yeah. BKZ Empress. Okay, Nene is always playing victim and it's getting annoying. Absolutely agree. The victim mentality of like, oh, people are plotting against me, and oh, people don't want me to be here, and going to the producers, the bosses, and basically telling them that we don't want Nene here. Like, girl, you the one who used to get on Watch What Happens Live all the time and talk about Cynthia, needing her job taken. So like, let's stop playing Nene. Nene's definitely one of those throw the rock, hide the hand type people, and and I don't want to explain it. It's she's looking for individuals to give her the type of credit that ignores everything else that she's done. And it's like, we can't do that, Nene. Especially if you talk about getting back on the show. Like, there's reasons why she should not be the one here on the lower level of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, it's just, Nene, let it go. Let it go, Frozen Bookie. Let it go. Carlos, you too. Top you to let it go. You always want to be on Real Housewives, and let's see. You always want to be on Real Housewives, and you always want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta and how basically ratings went down when you left. And it was like they really actually kind of didn't. Like, Nene leaving didn't really change the show that much to the extent where it's like, oh my God, Nene, we miss Nene. Like, that's not what happened. They brought Nene back, and it just kind of was like, was it the best for you to come back, Nene? Was it? We'll see. Carlos, stop talking about Real Housewives. Talk about your shows. Do interviews with yo people from yo shows. Like, this is starting to get a lot weird because you're so obsessed with Bravo that it just seems like that you're ignoring that you need to update the goddamn plots and update your strategy when it comes to Love and Marriage, Detroit, DC, all of that, because it is the same and it's really stank. Like, Carlos is really stank. But yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and move on. Let's see. That was Nene. What else I want to talk about? There was so many things I want to talk about. Speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they did release the looks of the reunion. The picture was kind of like, from what I see, I feel like I like Sheree's, Marlo's, and Sonya's. I'm gonna have to look at Kenya's and Drew's a little bit more. But yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta's looks, they were leaked. Y'all drop down and tell me who you liked. Y'all, Carlee Russell. Carlee Russell. So she about to get them charges. She done went and took a mugshot, y'all. Carlee Russell is out here finally, having to cop to the BS that she did, the whole scandal that took over the world, or at least this country. And now, girl, you might have to fly the country. You ended up creating a whole master plan, thinking of a master plan, and you manipulated it just to try to get this man back. Is that what I'm hearing? That's what the word on the street is, that she did it so she can get her man back? My man back. Her mugshot actually was very sweet and smiley. How you smiling in your? I mean, I guess smiling in your mugshot. Sorry, I was sitting here trying to look and see what the Carlee Russell um post that I had saved. I was trying to find it.
How do you feel about
This is the neighborhood talk. Maybe let's go to
disrespect?
It's on site. Trying to find. Lord Jesus. Where is the post at? I'm trying to find the Carlee post that I had, y'all. Come on now. So it's on site. Let me see. Let's go to the Jasmine brand. If I can find it, hell. Because y'all know Carlee Russell, she admitted to she admitted to lying. And it's kind of like, girl, you lying to the people. We were trying to support you and get out here and find your ass. And they kind of find out your ass was in the bushes eating Cheez-Its, waiting on the world to look for you over some dirty dick ass nigga, y'all. That's what the legend said, that he was out here, shellacking and possibly broke up with her. And that's why, she did this. I honestly, truthfully think that she didn't think that it was going to blow up this big. I honestly think that she didn't think it was just going to turn into this massive thing. But he did, Mookie, and now your ass is having to pay a fine and go to jail. Go to jail. Shout out to Funky Dineva. Put her in the hole. Yes, but no, Carlee Russell, y'all. I wonder what charges that she's gonna get. I need to find what they possibly were gonna charge her for if they did post it or put it out yet. I'm trying to find it, see what they charged her with. I guess they didn't post it yet. They did not post it yet what they charged her with. Well, I'm scrolling on the Jasmine brand, y'all. Bear with me. Are y'all gonna post Carlee or not? Trying to find it, y'all. I don't see Carlee Russell nowhere. Oh, found it. Here we go. I was like, I know that hoe was on here. All right, y'all. So here we go. So, update. Carlee Russell's attorney issues apology on her behalf. Said there was no kidnapping and his client is asking forgiveness and prayers. Girl, F you and them prayers. Girl, we was praying for you for your safe return. We glad you back. But helpful, we was sitting here. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Okay. So y'all listen to what the lawyer said.
Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf. Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement in its entirety, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident. This was a single act that I have talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf.
Oh, okay. So it's not gonna play the whole thing, but yeah, nonetheless, you guys, the lawyer spoke up on Carlee's behalf and basically said that what does he say? Here he goes. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or at any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to the community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well. As to her friend and family, we ask for your praise for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward. Addresses her issues, her mental health, everything. Now, we're not going to use mental health as a scapegoat, but we just going to be safe to say this hoe's a little couple of screws loose, like point blank period. Because for anybody to sit here and think of a plan like that, bitch, you not okay. Point blank period. So I know the heartbreak with your boyfriend. If something happened, then go find a therapist, y'all. It's time to go to therapy. Black women, black men, go to therapy. This is not the way to go. Girl, you literally said there was a baby on the side of the fucking highway. And took your wig off and put it in the car with your phone, Apple Watch, everything that could be tracked. Just to come back and fake run into your parents' arms and shit like that. And then mama, your daughter-in-law, bitch, are you went on national TV talking about, oh, she's not ready to talk to nobody. Yeah, she's not ready to talk to nobody because she got to get her story straight. She didn't want to talk to the police, all that type of mess. Like, for me, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when I first heard the story, I wasn't believing nothing. Nothing. But I try to give her the benefit of the doubt because you understand, like, I'm not one of those people like, oh, it's a black woman or, any situation. Just because, you black don't mean I'm automatically ride for you. Let's get that understood. Just because you black don't mean black people got to automatically ride for you. Okay? So we gonna see what she's gonna get, charged with. We waiting, I guess, to see what's gonna happen with that. Tragic, y'all. Just tragic. You said she's not ready to talk, but she's on social media reading comments. I didn't know she was on social media. Like, I didn't even know she was on social media, y'all. I really didn't. I didn't know is she like liking people's stuff or something? Because this is very it's just kind of like tormenting to the black community because it's just like we want, obviously, black people to win. We want to see the best. But anytime there's a situation like this, like, first of all, there already is hundreds of thousands of black girls going missing. And, like, you're the one that happens to get the most publicity. Like, you're the one specifically that just happens to get more publicity. Like, it just sucks out the ass. Like, girl, you really are making it hard for us. Why? Just why? That's all I gotta say is why. And this nigga, the one that you was trying to get back, if you was trying to get him back, you definitely lost it now. Because word on the curb is he done got like 30, 40,000 followers about this incident. So you think he going back to you now? Hell no. Hell to the no. But that mama, she need to issue an apology too. With your lying ass. That's your sister. That's where your daughter got it from. You able to come on national TV, lie through your teeth so easy. I know you want to protect your daughter, but it looks like the damn trait runs in the family, if you ask me. I'm trying to think if I missed anything, you guys. Trying to think if I did. It's on site. Did I miss anything on It's on site? Maybe. Let's see. Cam Newton said he want his car back, y'all. Cam Newton said Cam Newton is literally suing his baby mama right now for the car. Negro, what you gonna do with the car? That's my question. What you plan on doing with the car? Because it ain't like you need it. Your baby moms that got 4 of your children. She got 4 of your children, and you feel like you're gonna take the car? First of all, when anybody give you a gift, like a car or something like that, make sure they put that car in your name, firstly. If it's really your gift, make sure the car is in your name. Secondly, he did have, like, I guess, a written agreement that the car be hers as long as they were in a relationship together. But now she got to play duck and dodge, with the repo man because Cam Newton wants to be the ass and take the car. I'm wondering what's all of a sudden, triggering him to take the car. Because This is the mother of your children. She gave you 4 of your kids. Not only that, the reason y'all are not together is because you literally had a baby on this woman, bro. Or did you forget? You can't find it in your heart to allow this woman to keep a car that you know you don't even really need anyways. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And Cam Newton, you be out here, you know, with these interviews talking about all types of shit. Like, Cam Newton is corny. Corny with a capital C. It's just ancient niggas like him that really bother me. Because they'll constantly talk about women. Constantly. But then when we look at your resume, when we look at your background check, do we really want to go there, Cam Newton? For real, for real? But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to think if there's anything in particular. I think y'all look at this. Just look at Carlee and her mugshot. She said, "I'm a smile." She smiled at her mugshot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I cannot. I cannot, y'all. Cam Newton, all of it. But yeah, I think that's it, you guys. This has gone on pretty long, longer than I expected it to. So I will come back with another video. I need to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta and give y'all a review for that. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, you guys. I really do. Everybody that shows up to my lives, definitely appreciate it. Y'all make sure to, you know, tag, post, share everything on my channel, and drop down in the comments as well. Give me a thumbs up because it'll definitely help you grow this channel. And I will catch you guys next time, y'all. Bye.